Prophet Abraham was born in the city of Ur to his father, Azar. He had 4 wives and 13 children from various wives, the most well-known of whom were Ishmael, from Hajar, the ancestor of the Arabs, including the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Isaac, from Sarah, the ancestor of the Israelites, including the prophets Moses and Jesus. Through these 2 main descendants, Prophet Abraham is known as the father of the prophets because many great prophets and apostles descended from his lineage. Origins of Prophet Abraham. Place of birth. Prophet Abraham was born in the city of Ur, in the land of Chaldea, which is thought to be in modern-day Iraq. Abraham then moved to the region of Canaan. Abraham and his descendants lived in Canaan for approximately 400 years before leaving Egypt and returning to Canaan. They arrived in Canaan when Abraham was 75 years old, and remained there until their descendants returned to Egypt due to famine. Details of time in Canaan. Initial arrival. Abraham and his wife, Sarah, arrived in Canaan when Abraham was 75 years old. Journey to Egypt. After 10 years in Canaan, Abraham and Sarah left Canaan and went to Egypt due to famine, before eventually returning to Canaan. Journey to Egypt, descendants. Later, Abraham's grandson, Jacob, also known as Israel, and his entire tribe, including Joseph, went to Egypt to escape famine. Return to Canaan. Abraham's descendants, the Israelites, lived in Egypt for about 400 years before finally leaving Egypt and returning to Canaan under the leadership of Moses. Father. His father was Azar, or Terah in the Bible, who was known as an idol maker. Call to unity. Prophet Abraham was a prophet who opposed his people's idolatry and called them to worship one God. Descendants of Prophet Abraham. Prophet Abraham is known as the father of the prophets because he had many descendants who became prophets and apostles. He had descendants from 3 of his wives. 1. First wife, Sidi Hajar. Children, Ishmael. Descent, Prophet Ismail became the ancestor of the Arab people and was the father of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. 2. Second wife, Sidi Sarah. Children, Ishaq. Descendants, Prophet Ishaq gave birth to Prophet Yaqub, Israel, who then gave birth to the children of Israel, including prophets such as Prophet Moses, Prophet David, and Prophet Isa. 3. Third wife, Sidi Keturah bint Yaqthan. Children, 6 boys, namely Madian, Zamran, Saraj, Yaxian, Nuziak, and 1 other child whose name is not mentioned. Descendants, from one of his children, Madian, the prophet Shuaib was born. The importance of the descendants of the Prophet Abraham. Symbol of obedience. The events of Prophet Ismail's sacrifice and Prophet Ibrahim's obedience became symbols of sacrifice and example for mankind. Pillars of civilization. The descendants of the Prophet Abraham, through Ismail and Ishaq, became the roots of civilization and the great monotheistic religions. Great, spreading the teachings of monotheism until the end of time. The children of Israel are the descendants of the prophet Jacob, peace be upon him, who was also nicknamed Israel, or servant of God. Jacob was the son of Isaac, peace be upon him, and Isaac was the son of Abraham, peace be upon him. Therefore, the children of Israel are the grandchildren of Abraham, peace be upon him. Genealogy of the prophet Abraham, peace be upon him. 1. Abraham, peace be upon him, father of the prophets and considered the father of the prophets. 2. Isaac, peace be upon him, son of Abraham by his wife Sarah. He is the ancestor of the prophets of the children of Israel. 3. Jacob, peace be upon him, son of Isaac, also known as Israel. 4. Israel, descendants of Jacob, peace be upon him. Additional explanation. The name Israel. The nickname Israel for the prophet Jacob means who walks with God or servant of God and refers to his profound spiritual experiences. 12 tribes. Prophet Jacob had 12 sons, who later became the 12 main tribes of the children of Israel. Role in history. The children of Israel were a special family because many great prophets and messengers such as Moses, David, and Solomon were born from their descendants. Differences with the descendants of Ishmael. Prophet Abraham's descendant through his other wife, Hagar, was the prophet Ishmael, who later became the ancestor of the Arab people, including the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The Canaanite connection with Palestine. Based on modern genetic findings, the descendants of the modern Canaanites are the Lebanese, and the majority of the population in the region encompassing Palestine, Jordan, and Syria. Canaanites were the indigenous people of what is now Lebanon, Palestine, and Syria, and DNA studies indicate that today's Lebanese share over 90% of their ancestry with ancient Canaanites, who descended from local Stone Age populations who later mixed with migrants from Iran. Here's the explanation. The nature of the Canaanite region. The Canaanite region is an ancient area that now encompasses much of Lebanon, Palestine, western Jordan, and southern Syria. Genetic ancestry. A landmark 2017 study published in the American Journal of Human Genetics sequenced the DNA of 5 Canaanite individuals who lived approximately 3,700 years ago in modern-day Sidon, Lebanon. Results. The study found that approximately 90% of the genetic ancestry of modern Lebanese people is descended from ancient Canaanites. Ethnic admixture. Canaanites themselves are descended from Stone Age populations who later mixed with newcomers from the east, such as Iran, approximately 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, and later with migrants from Eurasia. Implications for Syria and Palestine. Due to geographic proximity and shared ancestry, Canaanite ancestry is also widespread among the populations of Lebanon, Syria, and Palestine.